The other big story here at 6, that political back and forth between Governor Greg Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick over how to cut your property taxes. It's still happening. Political reporter Jack Fink is with us now with what both sides are saying tonight, Jack.
Well, Nicole, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick repeated today that he and the Texas Senate are not going to back down from the plan they passed. And Governor Greg Abbott said that until there's a solution, he'll just keep calling back lawmakers for special session after special session until they provide property tax relief to Texans. Lawmakers have already agreed to provide property owners $17.6 billion in relief, more than half of that from the state's budget surplus. But until the House and Senate pass the same exact bill, you and other homeowners and business owners are not going to see lower property tax bills. Here's a closer look at how the proposals break down. The details are on your screen there. Under the bill passed by the House and backed by Governor Abbott, the state would reduce property taxes that are used to pay for public schools and instead use more state funding, such as the sales tax and surplus money. Their plan is to keep doing that until the school district's maintenance and operations, or M&O, portion of your property tax bill is reduced to zero over about a 10-year period. The Senate plan would do much of that as well, but would also increase the homestead exemption for homeowners and double their savings, at least starting out. Governor Abbott, though, says the state has tried this strategy before.
But no one has really felt the benefit of that for one simple reason. Because of inflation of values of homes, that erodes the value set of a homestead exemption. What taxpayers would benefit from even more is a complete elimination of that property tax rate altogether.
People say, well, Dan, can't you negotiate? Well, I think that's negotiating. You want 100%? We'll give you 70. Give the homeowners 30. That's a negotiation that we are not backing down from ever in the Senate.
The Lieutenant Governor said the school property tax cannot be eliminated. He also criticized the Texas House today, saying they left the Capitol after passing their legislation and didn't stay to discuss this issue. In response, the communications director for Speaker Dade Phelan said, in the special session, the House came to work, passed its bills with bipartisan support, and adjourned. The Senate is keeping Texans waiting. We encourage the Senate to follow the House's lead. Today, the Lieutenant Governor challenged Governor Abbott to a debate over the best way to reduce your property taxes, but the governor did not respond.
Let's talk politics for just a second, right? Especially for any of you who are watching, maybe you're new to the state of Texas, new to the politics around here. The history here, Lieutenant Governor and the governor, usually on the same page. If they have differences, more often than not, it's behind closed doors.
Right, yeah.
We don't hear. This thing exploded on social media, unlike anything we've ever seen. Do you have any clue today as to whether or not they're even talking?
Well, both the Lieutenant Governor and the governor were asked about this during their afternoon news conferences, and they said that their staffs, along with Speaker Dade Phelan's staff, are still talking behind the scenes. But Greg Abbott and Dan Patrick are also still taking their cases directly to Texans by making their points on social media. And in addition, they're also using another campaign tactic, and you at home may have already received text messages from the governor's team and or from the lieutenant governor's team pressuring lawmakers to pass the bills that they support. So, we will see how this all shakes out. No one knows yet.
Yeah.
I just remember that lady you interviewed a few weeks ago about this, and she said, listen, you guys just need to get it done.
Right.
And I feel like that's a lot of people's sentiments at this point.
A lot of people are just frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want something to happen.
They want their property tax bills cut.
There you go.
Bingo. Thank you, Jack.
Yep.
Well, we have one more note for you about those property taxes. Tarrant County commissioners approved cutting the homestead exemption rate by 10%. So what does that mean? Commissioners say that equals about a $34 savings for you if you're a homeowner, but the county is going to lose between $28 and $30 million. County leaders have not determined what cuts to programs might be needed here.